COVID-19 has heavily affected the medical field, along with all the frontline workers, such as nurses. In this speech, I will commemorate nurses who have worked during the COVID-19 pandemic on their impact all over the nation by helping and saving as many people as they could to prevent them or help them survive COVID-19. Now, nurses have been such a huge impact during this entire pandemic, and we need to be thankful and show our praise. Here, I'll be sharing how it has impacted them and what we can do to thank them. Once again, nurses have been a huge impact during this pandemic, and we could not fight COVID without them. So what is COVID? As most of y'all know, COVID is a disease that got brought over from China and hit the United States in March of 2020, and it is still here now in November of 2020. Because of this, people have to now social distance, music festivals, concerts, anything with a large group gathering have been canceled for the next year or maybe two. We still don't know. People have to wear masks, wash their hands, etc. So stepping back and thinking about it, nurses are always there to help. You know, you got a strep throat, you got a fever. Yeah, you go to the doctor, but who's the first person that sees you? A nurse, right? So, according to the article, COVID will have a lasting impact on nurses. It states that our nurses and others have endured unique war-like circumstances since the first week in March. One confirmed case turned into 1,000 within more days. Empathetic and compassionate caregivers were turned into combats who have to face the invisible enemy. Our response was courageous, having to put aside our fears for ourselves and our loved ones to answer the call to action. Ingenuity, creativity, and fortitude forced us to think differently and change care models as patients rapidly deteriorated. Had our team members not been there, the numbers of casualties would have been far greater, which cannot be underscored enough. So just going back on what that just said, without nurses, so many more people would be dead. Which is sad, but it's the truth. Nurses are the ones that swab us for COVID. They're the ones that check our temperatures and look at our results. They're there at clinics at all times. They're just making sure that we're safe. And then according to the article, the impact and implications of COVID-19 on healthcare workers stated that a final piece of the conversation that simply cannot be ignored is the psychological burden the pandemic is placing on medical professionals. Burnout and PTSD were common among healthcare workers even before the coronavirus existed. Last May, the New York Times reported that as many as 25% of nurses experience PTSD at some point in their careers. Going back on what that just said, this entire thing has hurt nurses physically, psychologically. Many of them have gotten COVID from other people that have come in for them to help. They're just there trying to do their best, and they're heroes in my eyes, and I cannot wait to join this profession. This is the entire reason I'm writing the speech, because I will one day be in their shoes, and it just makes me happy knowing that people can help to that extent. So, in conclusion, nurses have been a very big help during COVID-19, and if you know someone who's a nurse, just tell them thank you.